How are you? Good.
Okay, we'll go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order and let the record reflect that this meeting was posted as required by the Texas Open Meetings Records Act. And our first item is that we do have a quorum tonight. And the next item is I'd ask everybody, we want to observe a moment of silence, if we could, please. Okay, thank you all very much. Could somebody get the back door for us, please? Would appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, at this time, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I guess I will lead that tonight. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, our first item on the main agenda tonight is awards and recognitions. And Kara Hofflinger, would you please come for recognition of band, choir, orchestra students who qualified for the 2024 UIL Texas State Solo Ensemble? Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President, Superintendent Dr. Gonzalez, board members, senior team, and members of the audience. It is my privilege this evening to honor our outstanding music students for their accomplishment in the UIL Texas State Solo Ensemble competition in Austin, Texas this past month. In order to qualify for this honor, these students went through a process of mastering and competing with college-level pieces for their instrument and/or voice. The students represented here today not only qualified for state at the region level, but also received a Division I rating, the highest rating possible at the state competition. At this time, I would like to invite our board president, Mr. Powers, and Dr. Gonzalez down for pictures with our students. Our first student from HHS Band is Adan de la Riva on bassoon. Also of HHS Band, Timothy Mowers on saxophone. From HHS Orchestra, Nathan Mowers on cello. Also from HHS Orchestra, Aiza Guerrero. From HHS Choir, Emily Corona. Also HHS Choir, Jamila Escobar. Now, something special about Jamila. We just received word this week that Jamila was selected as one of the Texas State Outstanding Performers for the state of Texas, which means that she was one of only 287 in the state of Texas to be selected as an outstanding performer at this competition. That equals less than 2% of the state qualifiers, which also equals less than, after just quick math, about less than 1/100th of the entire state of Texas. Wow. So Jamila, amazing job. From the South Band, Michaela Galvan on percussion. Also on percussion, Jose Arizmendi. Percussionist Michael Cavazos. All of them. Just to bring them all together. It's okay. From South Orchestra, Diana Velez. Aisa actually performed both for orchestra and for choir, so also for her vocal solo, Aisa Guerrero. On clarinet, Mia Castillo. Also on clarinet, Giselle De Leon. Also clarinet, Tyra De Leon. Benjamin Gonzalez, clarinet. Lila Lamb, clarinet. Alexa Lorente. Alexandra Luna. Miguel Ortiz. On French horn, Nathaniel Perez. Patrick Williams, also French horn. Samuel Hernandez. Mariah Aguado, percussion. Mia Castillo, percussion. Abigail Garza, percussion. Megan Gonzalez, percussion. For HHS Choir, Bianca Rios. Also for choir, Erilyn Tobias. For South Choir, Nailia Yanis. Is this also? All right. Those who were not able to attend, who also deserve recognition, Isabella Chavez, Heather Olvera, Iban Delgollado, Marley Garza, Melanie Zavala, Elizabeth Pedraza, Christian Martinez, Gianna Lancara, Kelly Gonzalez, Emily Garza, Kaylee Ramirez, Mijael Selguero, Hilda Vela, Vincent Tapia, Iram Sanchez, Jordan Contreras, Jamil Galvan, Edson Cervantes, Michelangelo Garcia, and Laura Sanchez. A round of applause for those students as well, please. So the success of these students would not be possible without the support of their music directors and campus administration. So at this time, if our directors and administration from the two campuses would please join us on stage. I'd also like to invite the entire board to come down for a group photo. Parents, feel free to come up and take photos, but please remember to allow the district photographer to set the image first.
Very good. Everyone can see me? If you can't see me, just try to find a little gap here, but I think this looks really good. All right, let's give it a shot. Big smiles, everyone. Straight ahead. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now hold it there, okay? Awesome. Very good.
Students, if you would please move to the side, just right over here. Our board usually likes to say a few words to us after we receive recognition, so they'd like to do the same for you. So if you'll just move over to the side. One thing I'd also like to do, parents, as they're getting into place, if you're a parent of one of these students, we could not do it without you, and we want to thank you. Would you please stand if one of these students belongs to you? Thank you so much for supporting them through the musical journey. Students, congratulations. It's an incredible honor, and you represent us in Harlingen so very well. Congratulations.
All right, one of the best parts of being on the board is the recognition of these outstanding students. It's just so pleasant. I know some people want to say a few words, so we'll start with Dr. Reiniger.
Please, yes, it's my honor to be able to recognize you and your directors for this tremendous recognition, but the work behind this recognition also really has to be commended. You know, I think about the range of musical talent, vocal, percussion, instrument talent that we see in you and that we recognized in you. And I want to just commend you. I feel like this is a life skill that you have, what you bring to your community, what you bring to your own individual welfare, stress relief, the talent that you will have for the rest of your life because of these experiences. I hope you continue to share it with us. We love to hear you perform, and I know your families, I'm sure, feel the same way, right? You're just so proud to see them out there doing what they love. So keep up the great work. Thank you for being here tonight so that we could recognize you, and thank you again, directors and parents, for all you pour into these beautiful artists. So thanks.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
just add
Dr. Pettis?
a quick comment. Just don't stop. How many? First of all, raise your hand. How many of y'all are graduating, or had just graduated? Few, right? So, just a reminder, just to keep playing the rest of your lives, whatever you end up doing. If you end up becoming a musician for your way of living, great. Obviously, most of you probably won't do that. However, whatever you choose to do, whether whatever profession you choose, please keep playing your instruments. Please keep working and refining your talents. You're going to thank me later for that advice, and just keep doing it, because it's not only a stress relief, but it continues to activate a part of your brain that's most of the time doesn't get activated when you're working in your day job, and so it makes you kind of more creative. It just makes you better at whatever else you do, and it's just kind of cool. You're a lot cooler than a lot of people that you're going to be working with, because you have talents and you can play an instrument, you can play the drums, whatever you do. It just adds that depth and well-roundedness, and so we're at Harlingen. We're all about holistic education of kids. We want to develop the whole brain, and I think musicians are just brilliant people and creative people, and just keep playing the rest of your lives. You'll thank me later for that. So congratulations to all of you, and again, the coaches as well, and the parents. Thanks.
So, Ms. Hofflinger, I want to congratulate you and the instructors. We're really proud of the arts in this district. We have excelled in music, choir, for several years, and you guys keep getting better and more awards. I mean, the number of people who've been recognized tonight is, I think, one of the all-time highs that we've ever had in our district, and these are top honors in the state. And I want to thank the parents, because there is a lot of work that you all do, and I see some moms shaking their heads. People don't realize to get to this level of competition and to be this successful, the hours of practice outside the classroom, outside in the evenings and stuff that you have to do. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot to get to the level that you guys are at. Like Dr. Pettis says, keep playing. Who knows, someday we may see you on stage somewhere in a jazz band or in a symphony or what have you. But and I bet you we do. So thank you all again. Thank you, parents. Thank you, instructors. We appreciate it. All right, our next item is going to be recognition of military enlisted graduates of Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South. Ms. Kaufman, please.
Good evening, Mr. President, Superintendent Dr. Gonzalez, board members, senior team, and members of the audience. Harlingen CISD graduated 1,238 seniors this past May. Of those graduates, we had several of our students make a commitment to enlist in one of the 5 military armed forces. We wish to recognize them tonight and show our deep appreciation in making a commitment bigger than themselves, the commitment to serve our country. I invite Mr. Powers, Board President Dr. Gonzalez, to center stage for individual pictures with the enlistees, beginning with Harlingen High School. We have Sherlyn Michelle Aguilar. U.S. Army, Sergio Miguel Mendoza. U.S. Marines, Brandon Isaac Galvan. U.S. Air Force, Matthew James Ayala. U.S. Air Force, Gavin Felix Hernandez. U.S. Air Force, Trent Maddox White. U.S. Coast Guard, Julio Gabriel Moreno. Enlistees not in attendance tonight are U.S. Army Enrique Acuña, Jr., Alan Misael Esparza Cifuentes, Jacob Andrew Benitez, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force Aaron Antonio Munoz, Jonathan Almaguer, U.S. Army, Christian Marcel Buggs, U.S. Marines, Miguel Angel Torres, U.S. Marines, Melissa Guadalupe Torres Garcia, U.S. Marines. Parents of any of these absentee enlistees, if you are in the audience, can you please come forward to receive their certificates if you are here? May the rest of the board members please come down to take a group photo with our Harlingen High School military enlistees. Campus administrators from Harlingen High School, please come up as well to take the photo. We will take the picture with our HCISD photographer first, followed by parents, if you would like to come up.
Ready? Big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Hold it.
Any parents? Thank you, military enlistees from Harlingen High School. Can you please make your way to the side until the end, and don't leave just yet. Now, we will recognize graduates from Harlingen High School South, starting with U.S. Army Reserve Jacob Nathan Gaitan. U.S. Army Aaron Ray Perkins Saldivar. U.S. Navy Brandon Rafael Gonzalez Ovalle. U.S. Navy, Jose Armando Herrera III. U.S. Coast Guard, Timothy James Castillo.
Big smiles. Straight ahead. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Hold it there.
Enlistees not in attendance this evening is from South, U.S. Army, Octavius Orion Cano, U.S. Army, Brianne Kathleen Guillen, U.S. Army, Emily Lopez, U.S. Army Reserves, Rene Crucito Montalvo, U.S. Navy Reserves, Valdemar Vasquez, U.S. Marines, Samantha Lynn Aratia, U.S. Navy, Abram Rivera, and U.S. Marines, Alejandro Efrain Orsonio. Parents of any of these absentee enlistees, if you are in the audience, can you please come forward to receive their certificates? May the rest of the board members please come down to take a group photo with our Harlingen High School South military enlistees. Campus administrators from Harlingen High School South, please come up as well to take the photo. We will take the picture with our HCISD photographer first and followed by parents.
Very good. All right, big smiles, everyone. Very good. Just like that. Get a couple pictures here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold it after this one.
Parents? Thank you, military enlistees from Harlingen High School South. Can you please make your way to the side until the end, but don't leave just yet. Parents of all military enlistees that are here tonight, please stand and be recognized. Will any active military personnel or veterans in the audience please stand and be recognized as well? Thank you all for your service, and now please allow the members of the School Board of Trustees to address our military enlistees.
I know Dr. Pettis has some wise words to give these guys. So.
I don't know about that. Among the veterans here, I just want to thank, first of all, thank the parents for encouraging or allowing, or both, your young ones to serve. It's quite an honor, quite a privilege. Less than 1% of United States citizens serve in the military, so you are automatically a 1%er. Think about that. But it is quite an honor and a privilege to serve. One that we owe a lot of gratitude. So thank you for what you're going to do to keep us safe here. But I do want to remind you the incredible opportunities that you're going to have before you. You're going to learn whatever you end up doing, whatever your rate is, whatever you're going to learn incredible skills that you can use later in life. But you're also going to be able to learn leadership skills, not just stuff that you're doing in the military, but also just working in a team, incredible leadership skills. Please take full advantage of that. Also remember that a lot of people don't, forget you're going to make a little money too. Save some of that. Don't spend it all. You'll thank me later. And also remember that there's incredible opportunities for education, to continue your education, to get degrees. And they'll pay for those degrees for you, the military. So whatever branch you're in, look into just different opportunities to continue your education. And there's just enormous amount of opportunities and doors that'll open for you later, not only because you serve, because of your leadership skills, because of your skills, because of the education you obtain while you're in the military. So take full advantage of all the different opportunities, and be proud of the uniform you wear and the country you serve. And we're certainly proud of you and grateful for you. So congratulations and best of luck to you guys.
Mr. Leal?
Thank you, Mr. Powers. Now, and I just want to echo Dr. Pettis' comments. Serving in the military was one of the greatest honors that I've ever had in my life, and I'm just jealous that you're just starting right now. You've got so much ahead of you. I guess what I want to say, because Dr. Pettis hit on a lot of great points, what I would tell you is just to be where your boots are. The most important thing, I mean, you're going to be thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead. Where am I going in my future? You know, where's this going? Where's that going? Be where your boots are. Be with your buddies. Be in your training. Absorb it. Listen to the guys that have been there before you, those vets that have already kind of walked in those shoes, and you're gonna love it just like I did. Kids from Harlingen, men and women from Harlingen that serve, do really well in the military. There's a long line of very accomplished, distinguished enlistees and officers. And so God bless you all. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for agreeing to let them raise their right hand. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to take the oath and keep us free. Thank you for doing that. God bless you.
Just to add a few things, what an incredible opportunity for you guys. And like Dr. Pettis was saying, education, whatever you want to do, the branch of military that you're going to serve in will basically provide you that training and that opportunity while you're in the military, and even the benefits after the military if you decide not to stay in. But I want to thank you for serving. We live in troubled times right now, and the 1% that Dr. Pettis was talking about, God bless you for standing up to help us keep our country free. And, you know, the other thing that's so interesting to me is our world is changing immensely every day, every year. And the technology that's used now in the military, the way we defend ourselves, I mean, it's completely different. I was watching a bunch of movies this past weekend on D-Day. And, I mean, those types of fighting and defense are no longer useful. They're antiquated. And what you're going in technology is just evolving all the time. So what a great advantage. And thank you again. Parents, thank you for allowing these youngsters to go out and defend us. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kaufman. All right, our next item is the recognition of UIL Middle School Academic Champions, Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Science. Ms. Ince, please.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. It's my pleasure to recognize the Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences UIL academic team as the 2024 district champions. This is the first time in the school's history that they have won the UIL academic district meet. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring them all in. We're not going to do one by one. This is a true team effort, so guys, come on in and stand over there, and if the board would come down, and we'll take a group photo. For the UIL academic contest, this is made up of everything from number sense to speaking events to writing events. So these kids do a little bit of it all. And then if I could go ahead and have administrators and the coaches in the photo.
Everyone can see me, right? Very good. Just like that. Big smiles, everyone. Get a couple pictures here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. One more. All right. Hold it up to this one, okay?
Go ahead, parents. And students and sponsors, if you could stand over to the right and wait for the board comments. I would like to thank the parents at this time. If we have any parents in the audience, would you please stand? Yay, a lot.
That's all right, come on.
Well, I think I've addressed some of these kids before, and I'm just super proud. You know, we talked a while ago about the work and the effort that goes into preparing for what these kids do. And, you know, here we are, 2 weeks into the summer, and I think all of the kids that are up against that wall right now, their summer break has been filled with volunteering and practicing and getting ready for national competition that I think a lot of them are leaving for next week. And so they've been working they continue to work really hard, even when they're outside of school. And so I just commend the dedication and the work that they put into. And we're talking days of, we get there at 7:30 a.m. and these kids stay there until sometimes 6 p.m., really to get them ready for them to excel in their events. And so I say hats off to the kids that work so hard and their coaches that work with them day in and day out and really help them to get ready. And then also to the parents, because it really does take a lot of effort to make sure that they are ready. Sometimes they have very specific suits and outfits that they want to wear for different things, and you know they want to look their best and they want to be confident, and so I think us as parents, you know, really helping them, you know, for them to feel comfortable. And then lastly, I think what you all are building, all the way starting from elementary, middle school, and then I think we're going to recognize some high schoolers in a little bit. All of these skills that you all are learning, it's just going to help you be such well-rounded leaders. And so I just hope that you take all of these skills and you're able to apply them. I know that all of you will. I don't think I see any of you against the wall that are shy. So I know that you're going to go out there, use those skills, and really continue to make HCISD proud. So we're very proud of you all. Congratulations.
Mr. President, if you don't mind, I would just like to add my congratulations to this team, you know, making history. I love that. Congratulations. And to the coaches that, you know, just make the difference to refine those skills, to see those talents, to put students in the right position to really shine. Thank you. Thank you for using your talents to make these students the very best they can be. You know, and it just reminds me of the fact that there, you know, as in the public, just the you know, the normal common person, you know, public speaking, performing at the level that you're performing, it's almost unattainable. People just don't naturally do that. And here you are in middle school, setting records, making a name for yourself, making a name for your school, making a name for this community. Thank you for doing that. It takes bravery, it takes that dedication, and I think, you know, Dr. Cano Monreal said it, like the sky's the limit. This is just the beginning of what you will do. We can't wait to see what's next for you. Thank you for continuing to impress us. Thank you, parents. I love that you all knew to sit in the middle section. Like, you are an expert at this, I could tell already. I'm like, they know. So thank you for that, and for continuing to support your student, obviously, and this district in providing wonderful opportunities. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Well, another first for our district. Y'all have broken the glass window there. And I mean, what a bright group of kids. I mean, you guys, you represent the brand of Harlingen Independent School District, Consolidated Independent School District. And we thank you because you go out, you represent our community, you represent our school district, and you're champions. And the only bad thing about that is next year we're expecting the same thing from you guys. I know you'll deliver. But congratulations. hope you all do fantastic at the Nationals. And we'll be watching you, and we want to see you come back and bring the hardware. Thank you all very much. Okay, our next item is Mrs. Ince also, and that is recognition of Texas Junior Speech and Debate Association, Texas State Middle School Tournament State Champion.
Yes, good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. It is my honor to recognize our Texas Middle School State Champion in Program Oral Interpretation. If I could have the superintendent and the board president come down for a photo. So several students attended this state tournament in Houston, but one came back as a state champion, and that is Marianne Galvan in Program Oral Interpretation. I know your name. If the board would like to come down at this time, along with her coach, Mr. Matthew Rodriguez, as well as any administrators present for a group photo.
Very good. Big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold it there.
Parent? Can't see. There we go. Thank you so much, Marianne. We are so proud of you.
I do. May I,
Yes,
Mr.
please.
President, may I?
Please, Dr. Reiniger.
You know, I can't even imagine the microscopic number of people who can say that as a middle school student, they were a state champion. Like, incredible. Congratulations. I can't, you know, we love recognizing state champions. We love recognizing all of our students, but this is really quite an accomplishment, and we are so, so proud of you. What a bright future you have. We can't wait to see what's next for you. So congratulations, and thank you for letting us honor you tonight. Super job.
Great job.
All right. Okay, our next item is going to be recognition of National Individual Events Tournament of Champions. Leanne Ince.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. On May 9th through the 12th, Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South speech students qualified and competed at the National Individual Events Tournament of Champions in Omaha, Nebraska. But this evening, we are recognizing only those that advanced to the final round. I invite the board president and Dr. Gonzalez to come down for a photo. Sadie Jensen and CJ High School from Harlingen South were named the national champions in duet acting. I know your names.
Straight ahead. Big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Thank you. Oh, one more.
CJ also placed fourth in duo interpretation with Adriana Rodriguez. Is Adriana here? What? Come on, Adriana. I'm going to have you, we're taking it out of order a little bit because you were also partners with CJ. Sorry. Right. Carla Rivera, a junior at Harlingen High School South, placed, you guys stand back there? Placed 6th in program oral interpretation. That's okay. George Matthew Gutierrez did a little something. He became the NIE-TOC national champion in humorous interpretation, and George Matthew is a sophomore. Adriana, I'm going to let you step back and get your own place here. She also placed 6th in humorous interpretation. Carolina Corton from Harlingen High School placed 3rd in dramatic interpretation. Awesome. At this time, if the board would like to make its way down for a group photo, I would also like to invite the Harlingen South and Harlingen High School speech coaches, Eddie Cavazos, John Reynolds, and Chris Esparza, to come forward, as well as any administration that's present. And parents, if you would please wait until the district photographer has taken their photos, then you can take yours.
Straight ahead, big smile. We're going to have a couple pictures after this one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's get one more. Oh, nice. All right, hold it there.
Super organized.
All right, congratulations, and thank you all so much.
Good if I say a little something?
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Monreal, please.
So I just wanted to, along with the congratulations, I feel like we've been saying congratulations to this group of kids like for years. And I just want to say that, once again, congratulations. And it's just been wonderful to follow you all over the last couple of years. Every time, it's like we expect, like Dr. Reiniger said earlier, it's like now we just expect it from you all. And I feel bad saying that, right? But just know that every time that we see, the results from one of the tournaments that you all have been at, we are just equally as proud as we were the last tournament that you all competed at, because it's just amazing the work that you all do. And I know that you put in hours and hours and hours of preparation. And I know for those of you that are going to be returning next year, you're already getting ready to prepare things for next year. So I know that that work doesn't just happen overnight, and that doesn't happen overnight with your coaches either. And the last thing that I want to say is, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for just being exemplary role models. You know, you may do all the acting on stage and at the tournaments and everything, but just you're wonderful role models for the kids that we just saw, those middle schoolers. They look up to you, they think y'all are amazing, and they are starstruck by you all. And I don't think I've ever heard that you all took advantage of that. You know, I love to see how hard you all are willing to work with them. You know, I mentioned earlier that they've been working this summer, and I know some of you that graduated, you all are working with them to get them ready. And what more could we ask for than to have our champions of our district be willing to say, you know what, my time isn't done. I'm ready to help our students that are coming up to be successful as well. And so I thank you all for just being great kids, and we're just so super proud of you all. Congratulations.
I told Greg right after the photo, I said, I want to say something. And then Gina talks, and she said literally everything I wanted to say. So I'll just say congratulations, and we're really proud of you. But the point I wanted to make was that Gina, it's like, I know some of our middle school students are still here. I wish they would have stayed, because it would have been cool to get a photo together. And I don't know if they're still here, because there's almost like a pipeline there. And you know, I feel like you guys have kind of raised the bar, but I expect them to raise the bar. I think expectations aren't a bad thing. You know, when we know that you have the support both on the instruction side, at home, school district, the support's there, and we're just extremely proud of you guys. Everything Gina said about you all, you know, some of you all that I know on a personal level, you guys are just great people, great humans, and we're more proud of that. You know, so thank you all for representing the school district well, for representing your families well, and representing yourself well. So thank you. Congratulations.
Mr. Leon?
Thank you, Mr. Powers. My peers have said it, but I just want to tell you all how extremely proud I am of you. Dr. Monreal said the kids are starstruck when you're performing. We are starstruck when you're performing. What you're doing up there is elite, and it's not lost on me at all that you're doing it on a national level. If you're doing it at that level in this country, that means you're among the best in the world. So kudos to you. Remember what got you there. You know, the way up is down. All that work you put in, that's what it's going to take moving forward. And we're just so extremely. Some of you are staying. Some of you are going across the country to go perform and to do great things. And just know that we're just so proud that you're from Harlingen, Texas, and you're going to continue to perform at such a high level. Proud of you. Good job.
All right. Well, you guys, I think Eladio said a minute ago, you set the bar high. You set it at the very top. And we're all so very, very proud of what you've accomplished. And I want to thank Leanne Ince for she and her staff. I mean, you've built a foundation of a program that is known throughout the state of Texas. I mean, when you all go to Austin, everybody knows Harlingen's going to be there. And that really makes us proud, because you guys have worked so hard, and you have set the bar at the top. You all are the ones that people need to catch. And thank you for everything you do. I know, how many seniors are over here? Raise your hands. Oh, look at all the sophomores. How many juniors? Sophomores? Wow. So what a great future we have and you have. Keep up the hard work, and thank you again for all you've done for our district.
We should get the seniors' autographs now. Don't forget the little people in there, please.
Okay, thank you all very much. It just keeps going on and on here.
Yes, we haven't recognized
Wow, I mean, this is just phenomenal.
this
Okay.
year, so there's a lot.
The next one is recognition of UIL academic state finalists, 5A and 6A. Ms. Leanne Hintz.
Good
Yes.
evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. On May 15th, Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South qualified for and competed at the Conference 5A and 6A UIL Academic State Championship at UT Austin. The students being recognized this evening advanced to the final round. If the board president and Dr. Gonzalez would come down for a photo, please. In Conference 6A, Carolina Corton placed second in prose interpretation. In Conference 5A, from Harlingen High School South, Sadie Jensen was named the UIL State Champion in Prose Interpretation. And Carla Rivera from Harlingen High School South placed second in prose interpretation. Keep in mind, you can, go ahead, you can only have 3 in district. You have to advance from district to region to state, and then when you get to state, we had 2 of the 12 at state, and they took first and second. Pretty impressive. Thank you all. We are so, so proud. If you would stand over to the side. Oh, no. If the board would come down and take a group photo, please. You would think I had this memorized.
Get a couple pictures after this one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold it there.
Thank you so much. If you guys would wait over to the side for board comments. I do want to point out at this time that Harlingen South has had back-to-back state champions in either prose or poetry interpretation for the last 4 years. And Harlingen High School last year had a state champion, and Carolina missed it by 1 rank. So we were so close to having a state champion in 5A and 6A, but still so extremely proud. She's got another year. Sorry. Open for comments.
Dr. Reiniger?
Yes, indeed. You know, I'm trying to think of any more praise. How do we say it? Like state champions, second place in state, unbelievable. You know, Ms. Ince, have we had different coaches, or is there like this magical coach, 2 coaches at each school or something?
There's a couple that came up here. No, they're amazing. Eddie Cavazos, John Harper Reynolds, who's a product of Harlingen South. Eddie Cavazos, who is a product from Weslaco ISD, of Sally Novato, who is a product of me. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then Chris Esparza, who was also a product of South.
Right.
And it just worked so well, and they work so well off of each other. And
It is.
Raises
There's
things.
something, not only, you know, so obviously the chemistry of the team that coaches you young ladies and then you just flourish under it, but I have to say, there's something about the interaction between the coaching teams, the two high schools, the way there's performances that you come together, I think there is something so powerful about being around people so good, so creative. Ladies, you've set the bar incredibly high. Congratulations. Thank you for letting us honor you tonight. Super job. We've loved watching you.
Mr. President, I'll just add, I can't wait to see what this leads to for you guys in your future. Don't forget, mountaintops are high and the air is thin for a reason, right? It's not meant for you to stay up there. You come down and climb up your next higher mountain and keep doing this over and over again. And I can't wait to see what it leads to in other facets of your life. But the type of, the confidence and the gravitas and that allows you to be successful and work in a team and everything, it's just going to open so many doors for you three. And so I'm really proud of y'all and can't wait to see what you do. They can't wait to see the next mountain you climb. So keep up the great work and congratulations again. And to your parents as well, incredible. So thank you.
Okay, our next item is going to be recognition of the Texas Forensic Association state tournament results. Leanne Entz.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. On March 7th through the 9th, Harlingen High School South had an outstanding showing at the Texas Forensic Association State Meet in Houston. The team placed second overall out of 200 schools, and that's public and private. This evening, we're going to recognize those students that advanced to the final round of the state meet. So if the President and Dr. Gonzalez would please make their way down for photos. Avery Jensen from Harlingen High School South placed fourth in humorous interpretation. Avery is a freshman.
All right, Avery.
All right, Avery. You represent.
Sadie Jensen, senior, placed fifth in humorous interpretation. CJ High School, senior, placed sixth in humorous interpretation, fifth in dramatic interpretation, second in duo interpretation, and fourth in duet acting with partner Sadie Jensen. CJ was named the overall state champion in individual events sweepstakes out of 1,572 competitors. Carla Rivera, Jr., placed second in dramatic interpretation and fourth in program oral interpretation. She was a double finalist. And at this time, if the board would make its way down for a group photo, I also would like to invite those incredible coaches, Mr. Eddie Cavazos and John Reynolds, to come forward, as well as any administration present. Oh. They had to run around. George Matthew Gutierrez, this is kind of a big one, was the TFA state champion in humorous interpretation and fifth place in duet acting with Nadia Vento. And you might recall that George Matthew won the NIE TOC, he won TFA state, he won Harvard, am I right? And second at Glenbrooks. Yeah, this kid is on the way to being the national champion this summer in humorous. Freshman.
Big smiles. Straight ahead. Ready. Ready. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Thank you so much.
And that's all. And Adriana Rodriguez was CJ's duo partner. So CJ, if you want to come back and take a photo with your duo partner, they took second in duo interpretation. Adriana Rodriguez.
All right. Big smile. Straight ahead. Ready. 1, 2. 1 second. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Very good.
Now we'll take that group photo, and if I could have Eddie Cavasso, Chris, and John Reynolds, please join us for a photo. If there's any administration present, please join us as well.
Yep, just like that. Very good. Big smiles, everyone. Ready? We're going to get a couple pictures. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Hold it after this. Awesome. Very good. Congratulations.
I don't really have much to say to they've already gotten all the praise. It's incredible. I think we love you guys and we're so impressed with what you're doing and what you're going to continue to do. I just have a little advice for the parents. Invest in some storage units. I don't know where you're going to keep all this hardware. You're going to need some storage units, so real quick. I think that's pretty good advice, but really impressed with you and continue the great work. So proud of you. Keep in touch. Some of you are graduating. And we really do want your autograph. Don't change your phone number, too. We need to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
So we can interview you on Super Talks and other kind of things. So, congrats.
I guarantee you, we're going to see some of these people on the big league someday, and no question about it. And I'm amazed. I was asking them as they were coming back, coming through. We got a freshman. How many sophomores? Just one? One sophomore, one freshman. But were these two freshmen? And I don't even know if I didn't ask the freshmen where they plan to go to college, because you can probably pick where you want to go. But these kids are going to the premier acting and performing arts colleges or universities in the country. DePaul, New York. Adriana wants to go to Juilliard, which is, all these are just a phenomenal, she'll get in. These are all phenomenal schools, and UT Austin, RTF, she wants to be radio, television, film. Best program in the country, right, Doc?
It's one of them, yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, congratulations again. Thank you so much.
Good job.
All right. Leanne, are we done? We got one more? That's what I thought. You're sitting down on me. Come on. All right, item next, recognition of Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South UIL one-act play results. Leanne Ince.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Gonzalez, board members, administration, and audience. I am honored to recognize the Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South one-act play cast and crew as they continue to make history at the UIL one-act play contest. This year, We were the only district to have back-to-back appearances in Conference 5A and 6A. That should tell you how hard it is to get to the state meet when only 8 plays make it there out of hundreds that start at the beginning. Last year, if you'll recall, our district was the first in the state to ever win the Top Performer Samuel F. French Award in Conference 5A and 6A, which was a huge feat. That was Devin Claudio and Charlotte Hughes from Harlingen High School. This year, we did it again, making us the only school district to ever win the Samuel French Award in Conference 5A and in Conference 6A back to back. Wow. Yes. So we're going to be recognizing the students that were named as part of the Honorable Mention All-Star Cast and, of course, our Samuel French Award Top Performer Awards. Then we're going to invite the entire cast and crew and directors to come up and take a photo with the board. So we will begin with Harlingen High School. So if the board president and Dr. Gonzalez would please join us. Honorable Mention All-Star Cast, Carolina Corton. And Carolina is just a junior, and her castmate, Sydney Zepeda, could not be here with us tonight, but she also won Honorable Mention All-Star Cast. And then the top performer was announced, and just so you understand, there are 2 top performers announced out of every actor in that conference at the state meet. 1 judge selects those. Then, out of those 2 top performers, they can both be male, both be female, male or female, that 1 judge decides who they thought was the best out of those 2, and that was our very own sophomore, Azaneth Corrales. All right. So now I would like to invite the cast and crew that made up the 4th place overall win at the state meet from Harlingen High School, performing scenes from Big Love, Harlingen High School's one-act play, cast and crew. Come on up. If the board would like to join us, and we'll take a group photo. I would also like to announce the directors that put in countless hours. Your lead director, Mr. Christopher Esparza, our technical director, Tanya Munguia, and Matthew Rodriguez from Gutierrez Middle School, who stepped up to help us out with that 4th director, and Mr. Ruben Reyes, who could not be here with us this evening, composed all of the music.
Awesome. Let's get a couple pictures here. Big smiles, everyone. Just like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold it after this one, okay? Hold it.
Now, parents. Congratulations. If you guys will just stand over to the right, and I'm going to ask the other board members to stand over as well, because we're going to do a quick presentation of Harlingen South individual award winners, and then we'll come up and take one big picture all together once it's all done. So Dr. Gonzalez and Board President, if you would come forward. Our next Samuel French Award winner, top performer, Adriana Rodriguez from Harlingen South. Parents? Lorenzo Lara could not be here with us tonight, but he was also named as honorable mention all-star cast, and he's just a sophomore. So now, if we could have the entire cast, crew, directors of Ma Chanel, the state champion runner-up, come on out. Directors are Eddie Cavazos, our tech director, Mr. Joseph Amandades, Mr. John Reynolds,
Awesome, very good. Big smiles everyone, straight ahead. Just like that, very good. Ready, 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. All right, hold it after this. Awesome. You all follow me. Thank you.
thank you so much. We are so incredibly proud. And on behalf of all of the directors and the students, I want to take this time to thank the board, our superintendent, the senior team, everyone that makes the big decisions happen for these kids to give them the opportunities to make you proud. It all starts here, and on behalf of all of them, I want to thank you for the opportunities and the resources that you give us so we can continue making history. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ince, and again, to you and your department, the staff, the hours, I mean, the coaching, it's just incredible what you all have done. And, you know, it's just every year. But this year, I think, is more than ever. I mean, you've hit you've raised the bar up even higher. So thank you all so much. Is there any comments from?
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Just want to recognize really quick the coaches, directors, because, you know, it takes, you have to have that vision in our students, right? You have to be able to see the potential. You start seeing them somewhere on stage. We have a great program to be able to pipeline like we talked about earlier. And you see it at a very young age and say, hey, that kid, that boy, that girl. I mean, my kids have been part of that, so I know firsthand how much you love and nurture them at a very young age. And then you see that. How many of you were somewhere on stage? Yeah. So it takes the coaches to be right, awesome, to be able to see that, you know. So it's one thing to be able to see it and then take it and then take that potential energy and really just create what we have here. So a round of applause for the coaches and our directors. I also want to take a quick second and just recognize the parents. You know, if you're watching at home on this and you don't know what this is all about, it's a day in and day out struggle, right, Mom and Dad? Feeding them, getting up at 5 a.m., Saturdays, Sundays, it doesn't end. It just continues to go on. Am I right or am I wrong? It just continues to go on. Thank you, Mom and Dad. They deserve a round of applause, too. I think everybody here on the board has already said what they need to say. I'm just going to end with congratulations. Good job.
Mr. Hymas has a few more words.
So, last week I watched the Super Talks with Asenet and Adriana, and it was fantastic. It was just, and they're all great. They're all awesome. They all have great stories. This one struck a little bit different for me specifically because when I was in middle school and I would get asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would tell people that I wanted to be a cast member on SNL. That was my dream. That was my dream. And most of the time it was met with laughs like that. It was my dream. So I think that as a child growing up in a family that wasn't formally educated, blue collar type family, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you are funny, but okay, so what are you going to do? What are you really going to do? I take it really serious when I try to encourage you all, because I see you all living out your dreams. And somebody said earlier that the middle schoolers look up to you all because you inspire them. You're like hero. I look up to you all because what I saw in Asenet and Adriana in that Super Talk, and I see it in all of y'all, is you're bold, you're unapologetic, and you're following your dream. And that makes me proud. Mostly that's why I'm proud of y'all. You guys are talented. Your teachers, the parents, everybody that's supporting you, I thank them. And I don't hold it against my parents. I love my life. I've accomplished what I've accomplished, and that was the path for me. But it's always, and I come from a sports background. I was a sports writer, and I love sports. But the arts, maybe because I never did it, maybe because I don't know how to play an instrument, maybe because I don't know how to draw, the arts to me are very special. So when I see you all perform on stage, and I'm so glad I got an opportunity to see those two one-act plays when I did, because it's just a magical experience. I appreciate your talent, and that's what I want to leave you with. I appreciate your talent. Thank you for sharing it with us, and I look forward to seeing you all continue to share it.
Dr. Gonzalez?
Oh, yes, I do want to take this opportunity to congratulate our students. I know that my little girl's taking part in the summer on stage, and she absolutely loves it. To our directors, thank you for all that you do to put in the energy to train our students at a quality level. It's just world class. To our students, thank you for taking on the challenge and making us proud. And Leanne Ince, thank you so much for being world-class at what you do. Damon Wilson, we have top-notch people that are training these individuals. And one thing that I'm very proud of is this new initiative called the Art of Articulation, where we're taking Leanne Ince and Damon and exposing them to our teachers so that we can teach all students, because y'all are blessed, because you have an opportunity to be in these environments. We want all students to understand the importance of eye contact, the importance of removing verbal graffiti from your speech, the importance of body language and tone and energy. And we're going to do that in a very organic way, but it's Leanne and Damond that are training all students, because we see the magic in what you all are able to do, but that makes us unique. But Leanne, I want to thank you, Leanne, for taking on that challenge, because we're the only school district in the country that I know that's doing that, attempting to get 17,000 students to understand the importance of the art of articulation. And I saw the evidence in the eye contact and the firm handshakes and the way that you all are carrying yourselves. So I'm just so thrilled, Leanne, Damond, all the directors, all the students. Let's get everybody going on understanding how important it is to communicate, but just so proud of all of the hardware and the fact that we have the top 6A actor in the state, the top 5A actor in the state, all the hardware. It's just what a beautiful, beautiful evening it is. I'm proud as an educator. I'm proud as a father. One of my favorite things in the morning is my little Sammy jumps out of bed and she's ready to go because she's going to summer camp with you all. So thank you all very much.
All right, let's move on to our next item on the agenda, was recognition of athletic awards. Rob Davies.
evening, Mr. President, Superintendent Dr. Gonzalez, board members, senior team, and members of the audience. First of all, wow, what a great evening of recognitions. Congratulations to everyone on all their accomplishments. Particularly, I don't know that I've been here whenever we recognized our enlistees for the military. That was inspirational and moving for me. That's something that I did not ever take the opportunity to serve our country in that capacity, but my hat's off to those students and their parents and families. This year has proven to be exceptionally successful for the HCISD Athletics Department. The district achieved notable accomplishments, including 18 district titles, 9 Region 7 Coach of the Year recognitions, 58 academic All-State recognitions, 2 individual state champions, a team state championship, a team state champion runner-up, 33 college signees, the Athletic Secretary of the Year Award, and commendable performances by both high schools in the Lone Star Cup standings. Our initiatives included hosting a seat at the table event for female coaches, a coaches academy, expanding the 6th grade Elevate Leagues to include flag football and soccer, and introducing middle school water polo and wrestling opportunities. Furthermore, the successful completion of our second SALT Summit this summer sets the stage for further program development in the upcoming school year. A special thank you to the board, administration, parents, coaches, community, and of course, our HCISD student athletes. To set the tone for this evening's athletic recognitions, please direct your attention to the screens for a brief video.
Oh man, what a journey. 252 teams in the state. For us to be one of the top 2, it's definitely a great feeling. I'm definitely not one to enjoy coming in second by no means, but when you look at the total outcome, we're excited that we were able to get to this stage and to be successful at it.
It feels pretty great. It was our goal from the start. It's really amazing that we put our hard work through. The journey, it was a little rough at some points, but I mean, we really pushed through as a team and we got it done. I definitely think it took love and it took faith. I think it took a lot of the community. It took us coming together as a team and learning each other one for one. I think the main thing that really got us to stay was our love for each other and just the fight that we had to play as many games as we could together before the season could end.
Great teams are coach-led. I can lead as far as I can take them, but I say you want to be elite, you want to be top-notch, you got to be player-led.
It's going to be hard at times, but you have to keep pushing. You push through, you can do great things.
Bringing it into the 9th inning.
Oh, what a hit! What a hit! Up with a home run! Amazing! The Lady Hawks are just 1 out away from going to the Final Four series. That's the one! That's the one! Was able to secure that win for the Lady Hawks. The Lady Hawks will go to the Final Four, the Elite Four Series in Austin, Texas.
Lady Hawks are 2 strikes away from putting this game away and walking out with this victory. Good contact, going to first. Safe.
They got a rundown. They got a rundown.
Oh, no! That's it! That's it!
What an ending.
What an ending! The Lady Hawks walk out with this victory.
We're the first in history in the Rio Grande Valley to make it to the state championship game. Had never been done, uncharted waters for everyone, for us especially, knowing that we are facing Melissa, the top team in the state. They're also, I think, ranked number 4 or 8 in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. And knowing that we have against one of the best. And obviously, we preach it and we say it all the time, hey, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Credit to them, hats off to their coaching staff and that team. They did a great job. But we gave it our all. We fought till the end, just like we've done all year. We did fall short, but at the end of the day, we all fall short of the glory. And, you know, knowing that we came out in second of 252 teams in the state, it's still a great, rewarding feeling that that journey has been what it was, but we wouldn't have it any other way.
Awesome job. Thank you, Juan, and our media team for putting that together and capturing a lot of what happened at the state tournament. We could probably sit here all night and tell stories of all the things that occurred, both on the field and also behind the scenes. But tonight we're here to honor our coaches and our teams for their success. First up, our Class 5A softball all-state tournament team. These are selected by the people that are watching the games. We have utility player Lexi Sandoval. Parents, you're welcome to take pictures, but please defer to our district photographer first. Next, for our 5A All-State Tournament team, outfielder Kara Jensen. And our final member of the 5A All-State Tournament team, catcher Haley Vasquez. Members of the board and administration, please join us for a group photo. These ladies. As we transition to recognize our next group, members of the board, please join Coach Flynn and Coach Saloyer stage right. Dr. Gonzalez, Mr. Powers, if I could have you right here, please. They're going to stay over there. Yes. Lexi, one more time. Next, we're going to recognize members of the Texas Girls Coaches Association All-Star Softball Team. First, we have pitcher Lexi Sandoval. And unable to attend this evening, third base Amira Rodriguez and shortstop Yesenia Perez. So she was going to be a picture with the other three, but that's okay. We're going to move on. The history-making Harlingen South softball team captured the hearts of our community and region with their gritty play. In the state tournament, the team made it all the way to the state finals and earned the state silver medal. Each season is a journey, and yours was truly inspirational. Please join me in recognizing the Harlingen South softball team and coaches.
Coaches, you guys can go in the back. Yeah, you guys. Very good. All right, very good. Big smiles, everyone, just like that. Very nice. All right, ready? All right, let's get a couple right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right. Very nice.
Students, if I could have you line right over there on the wall. I know that the board has some comments for you, the coaches as well. Parents of these outstanding student athletes, if you would please stand and be recognized. I want to thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, commitment, and love. Great job.
Who wants to start? Ricky?
Mr. Powers, I'd be happy to. This is my chance to talk to the Lady Hawks. If I had to sum up your run and just what I saw when I watched you play, it would just be the phrase, never give up. The game was never over with you all, and wow, what a lesson for your life. And you also gave the entire community heart trouble. Now the cardiac doctors in town have lots of business because you were always on the cliff, but you never gave up and you would pull it out. We're just so extremely proud of you. You accomplished things that no one had ever accomplished before. You're a very young team, so that's exciting. You're going to see a lot of you come back. That game against Aledo was just a gem of a game. I think coaches from around the state and probably around the country watched that. Just so proud of all of you and the fight that you showed all season long, and I can't wait to see you all come back. And for our graduating seniors, you did something no one else has ever done before in a Lady Hawk softball uniform. And you're just so beautiful tonight too. I just see you in your army, your armor, you know, and you're all just beautiful young ladies, very talented, and just so extremely proud of you. Congratulations.
Mr. President, I would just like to add my congratulations. Two kind of very different thoughts. The first one is that I can't tell you the number of young girls now who are like, I'm trying softball. They're so inspired by what you have accomplished and the way you came together, the way the community could celebrate you, and these little girls who've probably never thought about softball before. That's part of your legacy. So thank you for doing that. It's so exciting to hear that. I love that. The other part of it is just how blessed you are to have experienced in high school a camaraderie that, I hope you can replace it. Like, I hope you get to experience that kind of team, friendship, success, like all that it takes. But if you don't, know that you have experienced something that is precious, right? And not everybody gets to experience that. And I'm so glad you did. and I'm so glad we got to watch, and you're making me cry. Everybody's making me cry tonight. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for what you've done. We just love you. Congratulations.
Mr. Hymas,
All right.
the sports writer.
Yeah, and I say it all the time. In a past life, I was a sports writer, and it's very exciting to cover games and tournaments like the state tournament. I've had the pleasure of covering a few, especially some Lady Hawks years ago, in volleyball and other sports, and it's just a different environment. I'm sure you guys felt it. Even though you went from UT to that tiny field at Georgetown, it was still state, and it just felt different. You could feel it in the audience and everywhere. You felt it, and for you all to just go in there and take care of business, and that as that pitcher's duel kind of just broke out, and it was just such an exciting game, and everything Ricky said about what a lesson in life. I'm just extremely proud of you all. I'm extremely proud of you all. And just like I said with the One Act Play students, thank you for sharing that talent with us. Because you guys go out there, you show up to practice, you show up to the games, you do what you got to do in the gym, you do what you got to do with your nutrition, you put on all this work, and all the parents that take you to practice since you were like 4 years old playing softball to now, for them to sit in the stands at UT and watch you all play for a state title, that must have been something special. A couple of other things. Coach Rios, thank you for your leadership.
Yeah.
Thank you for your attitude. Because it's hard to get there and then just come up short. But thank you for that leadership and showing the girls that what you all did was a huge deal. It's a huge deal to all of us, and we're extremely proud of you all. And I do want to take the privilege to congratulate another individual, and that's my friend America there. I've been watching her play softball since she was in high school, and she's been a coach for many years, and I was very happy for her and for the other coaches, everybody, to be able to experience that, because as a player, when you're young, that's the goal, and whether you get there as a player or as a coach, it's something special. And the other thing I noticed was the Jensen girls.
Yeah.
You got 2 state runner-ups at home. That's awesome. That's awesome. So congratulations, girls and coaches. Thank you for what you all do for the district.
Nice.
Dr. Pettis?
Yeah, just, so a couple of years ago, you probably know that UTRGV made the announcement that they were going to start a football program here in the Rio Grande Valley, and that's coming. They'll be recruiting their first. They've already started recruiting their first class this year. Of course, they won't start performing, and they won't start playing football, competitive football, till 2025. But at that time, several community leaders, including myself, mentioned to the leadership of UTRGV, Dr. Bailey, Chase Conk, the athletic director, that we should think about having a women's softball program at UTRGV. And I want to tell you that I think that momentum is now because of what you did. And there's another school up the road, Weslaco, that won the state championship, who were there with you. Let's give them a round of applause.
Yeah.
But I think you all, will finally, so if you know anybody from UTRGV, and we certainly, deserve to have a UTRGV women's softball program here in the Valley. And I think you guys can consider yourself, part of the credit for making that happen, for what you did, the history you made happen this year. It's been special to watch you guys play. Although you came up a little bit short, you have so much to be proud of. So congratulations, historic run, and really, really proud of y'all. And let's see what next year brings. So you all are a very young team, so we're really proud of you. Congratulations again.
I think my colleagues have said it all, right? But I want to say a little bit that kind of plays off what Dr. Reiniger said, and then also Dr. Bettis. So, and I think y'all put Harlingen South on the map for multiple reasons, and thank you for representing us, I think, in the way that you played. But like Dr. Reiniger said, the camaraderie that you all had on that team. And I know, Coach Rios, you said in that video, you talked about great coaching and a great team, but really player-led, right? And I want to commend you all. It was a joy to watch you all in that huddle before every game. And that gives me chills because it was you all pumping each other up, you all praying together, you all lifting one another up. And to watch a group of strong females do that, and for us to be able to witness that in the stands was just amazing. So for you all to do that on that type of a stage, you didn't stop doing that. And you let everyone see that that was just a huge part of you all, not just your playing, but that. And thank you, Haley, for what you demonstrated at the start of the game. That prayer, there are people that will never forget that about that game. And so I thank you all, not just for the sportsmanship, but for just the wonderful individuals and the wonderful team, and for representing us like that. I mean, I just cannot thank the coaches and you all as players and you all as parents enough for raising these girls to represent us that way. And yes, I know y'all have been doing this travel team, all of this, for years and years. And I as a parent who's done that with their daughter, it takes a toll. And so I commend you all. And yes, I'm going to do a special shout out because you have two here, and I know you were trying to make it to a UIL One-Act play one day, back to a game in Corpus the next day. No, I think it was a game, and then the UIL One-Act, and then back to a game, right? So, y'all parents, y'all make it happen. And so I hope you all say a special thank you and give your parents a special hug because they saw y'all all the way through. Congratulations.
Dr. Muniz.
Ladies, if you haven't seen the YouTube videos, you got to watch them because our announcer here, very nice, very nice. You probably know what we're talking about, but very nice. Great job. Fantastic job. Again, tonight, we see something that I've seen over, Coach Davies has seen it, Miss Leanne Ince has seen it, and what I'm talking about is the Bannister effect. You guys, I keep mentioning it because it keeps happening. You guys, for the first time, we're here at this level right there at first place. Now everybody below you is watching. All right, the Bannister effect is Roger Bannister. People believed that there was no way to run the 4-minute mile faster than 4 minutes. And then Roger Bannister broke that record, and he got, I think it was right below 4 minutes. And then everybody started breaking it. That's going to happen with you guys, and you guys are the ones that are leading that race to the first place. I have no doubt, guys. I have no doubt, coaches. Thank you, coaches, for an amazing job. Coach Rios, you displayed an amazing job with your leadership because you said it, you nailed it right on the head. As Dr. Kano mentioned, right? Leadership only goes so far. Great leaders realize and recognize, hey, I got to get out of the way. I am become the bottleneck, and I've got to get out of the way and let these ladies and this team just take over. And you did that. The culture that we saw was amazing. So thank you very much for your leadership. Coaches, all the coaches, America, everybody that's done such a great job, again, seeing that potential in your students and your players and just being able to say, hey, let's do it. And you did it. Congratulations. Very nice.
I think everything's been said that can be said, but I do want to say, Coach Rios and your staff, what you've done with this program, the foundation that you've started, you have built up what could possibly be an upcoming dynasty. And we have 4 seniors, I believe, on this team, and to the players, what you've done this year sets the standards for those that come behind you. They're more enthusiasm. They've seen what you can do, what you've accomplished. Going to the state final, who would have ever thought it? And the excitement that you brought this community, everybody was watching this. Juan became a famous announcer. But in fact, to tell you something, when Harlingen High School was getting ready to graduate, we were all in a room getting ready to go out on the field to do the ceremony. We had the TV on, and we were all sitting there watching you guys. And we got to see the final out. and we all were jumping up and down, happy for you. And I mean, that's the excitement that you brought not only to us, but throughout the community. So thank you so much for all you do, and we're going to be following y'all to Austin next year too. Thanks.
Real quick side note, I think there's another Jensen at home, so we got another one coming, right? All right.
Okay. All right, our next item, Rob?
Yes, sir. In addition to our state silver medalist softball team, tonight we are especially pleased to recognize our Region 7 Coaches of the Year. Mr. President and Dr. Gonzalez, please join us at center stage for individual pictures. Harlingen High School girls soccer head coach Jose Galvan. Harlingen High School South boys golf Anthony Milligan. Harlingen High School girls track Hickle Woolry. Harlingen High School South tennis Ernesto Escamilla. Harlingen High School tennis Jay Tanamachi. And recently released as early as today, Harlingen High School South softball coach Jose Rios. Members of the board and administration, please join us at center stage for a group photo. Coaches, please remain in the room for comments. I'm sure the board has some words of appreciation.
Great. A lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Powers?
Mr. Hyman.
You know, everything I said about Coach Rios and his leadership, you could say about any of these other coaches out there. The success on the field, on the tennis court, anywhere, whatever the playing field is, you know, you can thank the talent, but you also got to thank that leadership and knowing when to step up, when to step away. And when I look up there, I see a bunch of coaches that put their players first and put their teams first. So I want to thank you all for your leadership. And Jay, man, I remember when Jay was at Memorial Middle School still. I was a sports writer, and he was still coaching tennis over there. And I'm glad you're still around, man.
Me too.
Mr.
Reiniger.
Yes, please, thank you. So, you know, having your team here, Coach, for hours, waiting for you to be recognized, congratulations on that. Incredible, incredible. I don't, have we had this many coaches? This is like, seems like a record right here, breaking more records.
This is our spring sports coaches.
Just
We had some in the fall as
fall
well.
as
Yes, ma'am.
well.
We are very talented.
We're so fortunate. I have a deep appreciation for the amount of time and energy and commitment that it takes to be a coach and to be a successful coach, even more so. But the lives you are shaping and changing because of that is incredible. And we truly, you are what makes HCISD great, right? You're the one creating those opportunities for kids in multiple sports, allowing them to flourish in their academics, allowing them to flourish in their athletics. And so many of our kids do so many things, right? And so your flexibility with them, allowing them to do that. Thank you so much. We know that you sacrifice a lot, that your family, your friends, you know, give you up to kids for a lot of time, and we truly know that it's the magic that you're creating with your teams, giving them experiences that will absolutely shape their futures. Thank you so much for you sharing your talent with our district, with these kids, and with the families. Thank you, families, for standing behind these coaches. That's really, truly what makes HCISD something. So thank you. Congrats.
Mr. President. Go ahead.
Mr. Leon?
No, I'll just say real quick, I mean, congratulations for achieving, you know, a very high level of execution. The coaches for me are those voices in the back. I still have my coach in the back of my head talking to me when I'm not quite doing enough, right? And I think that's what you're going to be for a lot of our athletes that are coming out now, and that's not something you can take. I mean, that's a huge part of growing up and developing. But you're doing it at a very high level, and I want to challenge you to take that and give it to our younger coaches. Mentor those younger coaches so that they know how to do it right, because y'all are doing it right. Congratulations.
Mr. President, coaches, thank you for all that you do. And just in my opinion, I like to think that that's factual, but it's my opinion. I think that probably one of the best labels you can put on a person is coach. You're not a teacher, you're not an instructor, you're a coach, right? And just for those who are watching, home students watching, hey, where does that word coach come from? It comes from the word stagecoach, right? Getting a person from place A to place B or place C. You see the potential in our students and our players and athletes, and then you get them there. That's like the ultimate, because we don't see it. You know, the students don't see it, the kids don't see it, but you see it. You know, you guys see that potential, and then you get them there, and they do amazing things. Apparently, that you're doing a great job because you're up here, right? Thank you, guys. Mr. Tanamachi, amazing job. I don't know how many years you've been with us, but I always hear your name over and over and over and over. How many kids love you? Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for being an amazing coach. Thank you, guys.
I just want to add that what Bobby said, I think the word coach is really special. It's so much more than teaching tennis, golf, track, baseball. You guys become second fathers and in certain instances second mothers to these kids. People don't realize you teach them more than just those sports. You teach them discipline, you teach them character, how to be a good person, and people don't understand it. And you also help kids that have personal problems at home and so forth. I mean, I know of coaches that have help families out because giving kids to school, helping them, with their expenses and things like that, the family, or helping the family find work and so forth. It's just so much more than just teaching that. And you guys represent that element. The people that probably had the biggest impact on my life were coaches that I had when I was in high school. And I still remember them very well. I still stay in contact with one or two of them. And anyway, it's a really special thing, and you guys have achieved that level. Thank you. I want to call on Dr. Gonzalez.
I did want to take this opportunity to commend you all on the hard work. I know you spend countless hours working with our kids, and I know that we entrust you with our children, and you have separated yourself as the best of the best. I know for me, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting without my coaches, and I know that a lot of students will say that about you all in the future. As a matter of fact, I started my career following a coach. Coach Phil Danaher out of Corpus Christi, Calallen was my absolute hero. So I also wanted to remind you guys that there's people following in your footsteps, and you don't even know they're watching, and they want to be around you all. So the young coaches that get around you all, they're watching you guys, and they want to be recognized and get to the level that you've reached. So don't ever forget the influence that you have, because it's one thing for dad to say or mom to say or for a teacher to say or for somebody to say, but when coach says, there's just something very, very special about that. So congratulations on separating yourself as the best of the best. We look forward to all the wonderful things that you all are going to bring. And I know as a father, I have 3 little ones coming up, and I can't wait for you all to work with them because you all are just great people.
Our final recognition tonight, we're especially pleased to recognize the Dave Campbell's Athletic Secretary of the Year for the entire state of Texas. Mr. President and Dr. Gonzalez, please join us at center stage for individual pictures. Dave Campbell's Athletic Secretary of the Year, Vanessa Tovar. Mr. Powers, while you're taking a picture, I just want to say, just like the University of Oklahoma, there is only one Dave Campbell's Secretary of the Year for the entire state.
Got it. This be some OU crap.
Members of the board and administration, please join us for a group photo. And I'll open it up for board comments.
I'll say something. So I don't know if Vanessa remembers this, but the first time I met her, I was like a really annoying reporter trying to get a hold of Coach Creeders for a story I was writing. But she always,
Yeah, I remember.
I said no, I was doing my job. And so I kept calling, and so, you know, I mean, she set up the interview, but I'm sure it was, like I said, I had a way about being a reporter. But she's always been the same Vanessa, you know, handled it with grace and everything she does for for, not just for Coach Davies and that office, but for the entire athletic department. Thank you for that, for all those years of service. You know, we talk to the students about dedication and passion, and you display that every day, so thank you for that.
Well, to the audience, I don't think anybody really knows what this girl's job involves. I mean, football season comes around. I mean, I've known her for 15 or 18 years. And I mean, it's amazing she doesn't go home and crash or have a stroke. I'm serious. I mean, when football season comes around, I mean, back before we were computerized, which wasn't that long ago, I mean, the lines out the parking lot, people calling, sneaking in the back door, knocking on the door, I need this, I need that. And I mean, you know, it's amazing how you did it all, because you ran the ticket office. You did it all. You set it up. I think the program we have today, which is very efficient, you established and did it. And I mean, that's just one small part of your job. I remember us talking about how to keep Eladio out of when he was a press writer. But it's just, you have, I mean, the stuff you do at the games, what you have to organize, and I know that you're, you know, the right hand to the athletic department, to Rob and everybody there. So thank you for all you do.
Mr. President, if I could just add, you know, one very special thing about you and your talent and your ability to manage and handle so many things is that not only have you done that for one athletic director, you have transcended multiple athletic directors, right?
Three.
And that is very unusual and so precious. The amount of knowledge and just the longevity of what you do to help people transition into a position, right? Like, we've got these wonderful leaders, right? We have, you know, Coach Davies coming in, but to be able to rely on someone like you to make that manageable and easy, because then you don't have to worry about everything, right? You can focus on his job at the highest level because you're performing at such a high level. Thank you so very much. You are such a great big part of the successes that we were celebrating tonight. So thank you. Congratulations.
Well deserved award. Well deserved.
Nice.
And by the way, just for the record, the University of Texas has more all-time victories over Oklahoma. So.
Noted, sir.
Okay, I just had to put that. I'm sorry, Rob. Anyway. All right.
Thank you. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. What a well-deserved award. Thank you. All right. Okay, so the next thing is our favorite item, public comments on agenda topics.
Mr. President, there are no requests for public comments for agenda topics.
All right. And then we have public audience for non-agenda topics.
There are no requests for a public audience for agenda topics.
Okay. Approval of the consent calendar. Is there any specific items we want to address, or are we going to?
Mr. President, move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. Hymas. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The consent calendar is approved. The next item is item number 6, matters related to transformation and school support. Dr. Gonzalez. On the teaching, transforming teaching.
Yeah.
So on transforming teaching and learning, we had a great report. We talked about the importance of emotional intelligence, and our Director for Guidance and Counseling, Sylvia Gamboa, is leading this charge. We're very, very proud of how we worked it into our curriculum. We're very proud of how our counselors are working with our students to make sure that we raise the emotional quotient of our students through focusing on self-awareness, making sure that students have the capacity to self-regulate their emotions, making sure that we understand motivation, discipline, and what it takes to get things done, like we've seen a lot of our students coming through proving they can do. and then really focusing on empathy and social skills, but developing the whole child so that they're not only book smart, but they're people smart and most of all self-smart. And as they get out into the real world, that they're able to deal with all the challenges that are coming. Then we went on to talk and hear a report from DeMond Wilson. And this one here was special because we saw all of the wonderful accolades that we got around prose and poetry and impromptu speaking and drama and debate and all those things. But we've developed a system called the Art of Articulation, where all 17,000 students are going to start to work on the basics of communication to make sure that they understand the importance of eye contact, the importance of removing verbal graffiti, their energy that they bring to a room, how to shake someone's hand, just the skills that it takes to not only exemplify your ability or your knowledge of something, but also your ways in which you will interact with the world. So we think that we're going to put out a very well-rounded student, not by chance, but by design. So very proud of our approach with regard to the emotional quotient, and very proud of our new innovative program called the Art of Articulation.
Super. All right, thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. I just want to add, it was a really, every one of these meetings, it's always so informative, and the things we're doing is just impressive. I do want to, on the Art of Articulation, I think this is a great program. I want to commend you and the staff for developing this program. I think it's something that will really help all of our students as they graduate and go out into the real world, to give them the ability to, as we said earlier tonight, look somebody in the eye, talk to them, and be able to present yourself with confidence. And that is something that we all know goes a long ways, particularly in the business world. Thank you very much for that. All right, our next item on the agenda is matters related to business services. And the item A is consideration for approval of award construction services contract for HCISD chiller line replacement at Administration Annex. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez, we solicited competitive seal proposals for the construction services contract for HCISD chiller line replacement at the Administration Annex building. We received one seal proposal from Carrier Corp at a cost of $253,000. This project is scheduled to be completed within 140 days. The ranking committee met and ranked the proposal. Our ranking committee, which includes Ethos Engineering, recommends the award to this contract to Carrier Corp at a cost of $253,000 even.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Leal has moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Muniz. Any further discussion on this item? All right, if there's no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item B, consideration for approval of award construction service contract for HCISD new marquees at various campuses. Mr. Mendoza?
Mr. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez, we solicited competitive seal proposals for new marquees at the following campuses: 2 at Harlingen High School, 1 at Memorial Middle School, 1 at Bonham Elementary, 1 at Bowie Elementary, 1 at Lamar School Elementary, and 2 in Cano Freshman Academy. We received one proposal from Gulf Coast Science at a total cost of $359,275 even. The project is expected to be completed within 180 days. The ranking committee met and ranked the proposal. Our ranking committee, which includes Sigma engineers, recommends to award this contract to Gulf Coast Science at a cost of $359,275 even.
All right. I think this was all discussed, I think, in our facilities meeting, so.
That is correct. Yes,
So
sir.
is there any further comments, or we'll entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion as presented.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Muniz, seconded by Mr. Hymas. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Excuse me. Motion passes. Item C, consideration for approval of administrative services only. ASO renewal with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas for the 2025 plan year. Mr. Mendoza?
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. So this is the consideration for approval of administrative services only renewal with the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas for the 2025 plan year. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas is the district's current medical claims administrator and pharmacy benefit manager. We are in the third year for this rate guarantee with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they have extended a renewal of 4.36% administrative services only fee, which represents a $62,892.72 increase. In addition, with this renewal, our monthly rebates are expected to increase by $7,194.84, which translates to an $86,388.08 per year savings, giving us an overall decrease of $23,505.36 for the coming year. This renewal was presented to the Benefits and Organization Committee on May 14, 2024, by our consultant McGriff Insurance. We are recommending renewal for one more year with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we are scheduled to bid out this service next year.
Mr. President, just to remain neutral, I'm going to abstain from this.
Yeah, Mr. President, likewise, due to a conflict, I'll remain from discussion and voting on this item as well.
All right, let the record reflect that Dr. Muniz and Dr. Pettis are abstaining from voting on this item. All right,
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to approve.
all right, moved by Mr. Hymas. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Dr. Monreal. All right, is there any further discussion? I just want to, before we vote, I just want to compliment the staff. That's a lot of hard work you all do, and you do a great job. We have a really good plan that we provide our employees, and thank you for all the hard work you do, because it's time-consuming, but we have really good medical care. Thank you. All right, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next item is item D, consideration for approval of contract award renewal group student athletic insurance and voluntary insurance, extension 3. Mr. Mendoza.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. So we solicited proposals back in 2021 for group student athletic, UIO activities, and catastrophic accident coverage. This coverage is for accidental injuries which may result when students participate in UIO-sponsored activities, including CTE, cheerleading, and other district-sponsored activities, which include field trips, coverage to and from events. In July of 2021, the board awarded the coverage to Alamo Insurance Group. This award also includes the voluntary products, the optional coverage for student parent who elect additional coverage. The Alamo Group has presented a renewal for the 24-25 school year with a rate reduction of $26,447 to the base plan premium. All terms, limits, and policy provisions remain the same. We are recommended the renewal with the Alamo Group for the 24-25 school year at a cost of $229,900 even, which represents a decrease again of $26,447. This is the third year of this program, and we are scheduled to bid out this service next year.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion as presented.
Second the motion.
Moved by Dr. Muniz, seconded by Dr. Pettis. Is there any further discussion on this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Okay, the next item is number 8, matters related to district operations, the Facilities and Safety Committee report. Mr. Tapia?
As President Powers, members of the board, Dr. Gonzalez. On June 5th, we held a Facilities and Safety Committee meeting. First item that we discussed was safety update. Danny Castillo gave a presentation on the Border Patrol Active Shooter course that was held at STEM Academy. It's a 3-day course that Guardians and other local agencies participated in, as well as the upcoming Joint Active Shooter Response Exercise, which is scheduled for July 12th at School of Health Professions. He also discussed a planned introduction site visit by the TA Office of School Safety and Security to be held June 11th, which conducts vulnerability assessments every 4 years. Mr. Castillo then updated the committee on the Guardian Jiu-Jitsu training program that was held on May 29th and May 30th for the school guardians. Then went on to discuss the ESSER-funded projects. HVAC work continues. Bowie and Gutierrez is about 56%. Being that summer's out, all the units are being worked on at Gutierrez right now. Controls at the high school phase 2 is at about 50% complete. Admin annex controls is about 99% complete. punch list works going on and some commissioning work. HVAC at South is about 20% complete. That's a recent one that we're doing over the fine arts area, and we're waiting for summer to commence that. Roofing work at Harlingen South, Velen Early Childhood Academy is about 95% complete, also doing punch list work on that, finalizing it. Roofing and windows upgrades at Harlingen High School. Overall, the roofing is about 95% complete. Most of the only building they have left is the CC Lab Orchestra building that they're working on, and also continue installing the doors and windows. Roofing upgrades at the admin annex, various elementaries, mini gyms, is 99% complete. They're also doing punch list work. On Terry projects, Coakley and Vernon's about 95% complete. Just a little work at Coakley left on that stage rolling partition wall. Fencing projects are ongoing, 33% complete. We've completed Bonham, Bowie, Lamar, Long, and Milam. We're working at Rodriguez right now. Security window film, about 15% complete. We've completed Austin, Houston, Long, and Coakley, and we're working at Bowie and Rodriguez right now. And HVAC, the locker rooms at South recently awarded the last meeting to a contractor, so we're working on the contracts with the attorney on that one, and then we'll get a purchase order immediately afterward. And the new bids that are that were just awarded right now were the new marquee bid and the chiller line upgrade at Annex that Mr. Mendoza just presented. And we're bidding out the Lee Means Amphitheater. This is a must-funded project. Bids come in June 13th in a couple of days, and we'll see if we can get it to one of the late board meetings on July for award. Also presented some contingency allowance expenditures. RGO roofing for $36,888 at Harlingen High School to replace some really bad rusted metal deck on the computer lab orchestra building. American Contract in USA, we did a change order for $1,620 for some minor roof deck replacement at Early Childhood Academy in the kitchen area, and also a change order to decrease the SAC and First Responders Parking Lot Pavement Project that we got back $32,578 of unused funds. And then I discussed two final payments, which are on the agenda right now for final payment approval. The Culinary Arts with Peacock Construction for $20,923.73. We'll close that project out. And the paving and drainage at SAC, and final payment $49,497 to close that one out. And I'll present those here in a little bit. And Mr. Mendoza completed the final report with the construction financial update for TRE funding. At this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Perez, our facilities chair, for any additional comments.
I'll actually defer to Mr. Leal, who chaired the committee meeting.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Pettis, and Mr. Tapia. Thank you for the overview. It was a very informative meeting, committee meeting. Just going back to safety real quick, I just wanted to express to the board that took a lot of confidence out of Mr. Castillo's continuing to leverage our partnerships, in particular the exercise coming up, the joint response exercise coming up at the School of Health Professions. That's going to, I think, pay dividends down the road to build relationships and just practice what we're doing. Also wanted to give a special thank you to Jake Montalvo for opening up his gym and his jiu-jitsu experience. What a great opportunity for our guardians to go experience that. So thank you, Jake, for doing that. We're very appreciative. That's all.
All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to our next item, which is consideration for approval of final construction payment to La Feria Excavation, Inc. for paving and drainage improvements to Secondary Alternative Center First Responders Academy project.
Yes, President Powers, members of the board, and Dr. Gonzalez. This is the final payment that is required by CV local policy, and this was discussed at the Facilities Committee meeting. Its final amount of $49,497 with 89 cents for La Feria Excavation for the paving and drainage improvements SAC and First Responders Academy parking lot project. I recommend approval of final payment so we can close this project out.
Okay.
I'd like to move approval as presented by Mr. Tapia.
Second. Moved by Dr. Reiniger, seconded by Dr. Muniz. Is there any further discussion on this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next item is item C, consideration for approval of final construction payment to Peacock General Contractors, Inc. for the culinary arts renovations at Harlingen High School and Harlingen South project. Mr. Tapia?
Yes, President Powers, members of the board, Dr. Gonzalez, this is another payment that I discussed in the facilities update. Final payment to Peacock Construction for $20,923.73 for the culinary arts at Harlingen High School and Harlingen High School South. Recommend approval of final payment to close this project out as well.
Mr. President, move approval as presented.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. Hymas. Any further discussion on this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next item is item D, consideration for approval of school board standing committee members for 2024, 2025. All right, I guess they're in our packets, aren't they? I'm sorry?
The items are in your packet, right behind the agenda sheet.
Which item would they be under?
It's under tab 8.
8?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope everybody's happy with these.
If not, argue, right?
All right, let's see. Has everybody found them?
Yeah.
They're right before, they're like 3 pages before number 9. So if anybody's really unhappy, let me know. But for policy, Bobby Muniz, chairman, Ricky Leal, member, and Belinda Reiniger, Dr. Reiniger, excuse me. Benefits, Mr. Ricky Leal, chair, Dr. Pettis, and Dr. Muniz. Facilities, Eladio Hymas, myself, I found out I'm required by law to be on this one as the president, Dr. Cano Monreal, and Dr. Reiniger. And transformation and teaching, Dr. Pettis would be the chair, Gina Cano Monreal, Dr. Cano Monreal, a member, and Eladio Hymas, a member. So if there's no questions or...
I'll move approval of I gotta find it now, school board standing committee members for the 24-25 school year.
Second the motion.
All right, moved by Dr. Reiniger, seconded by Dr. Pettis. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries. Thank you. And then, I think, the next one is approval too. Okay. Campus assignments.
I'll move to approve the campus assignments for board members.
All right.
Second?
Moved by Dr. Cano Monreal, seconded by Mr. Hymas. Any further discussion? All right, if there's none, we'll vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, assignments are approved. All right. So the next item on the agenda is discuss and consider approval for delegate and alternate to the 2024 Texas Association of School Boards Delegate Assembly.
Is anyone going to San Antonio?
No,
Is that where the delegate assembly is?
I think so.
This year's going to be in San Antonio, right? This is the September one?
Yes.
Oh, this is in September.
Oh, this is not.
No, this is not the
live.
one that starts next week. This
No,
is,
this is
okay.
the
The
convention.
main TASB meeting. and-
Convention,
yeah.
yeah.
Convention, yeah.
Okay. I had a wonderful experience
I did.
last year as our delegate and happy to mentor anybody that wants to.
oh, I like that.
Before.
That enthusiasm warrants a second term.
He was volunteering, Mr. President.
That's a second term. Dr. Pettis, do I hear a motion?
I think Mr. Leal would be,
What are the dates? I'm sorry.
September 27th in San Antonio.
27th.
I wanna-
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I apologize. I should have polled the board before we.
Did it right before Ricky. And I enjoyed it. I did it right before, I did it right before Ricky.
Has anybody
Better-
not
better-
done it?
I am
probably
going to try to
not,
do
yeah.
leadership tasks.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
I will, it looks like I'll be able to do that.
All right,
It's on Sunday, right? The
Dr. Pettis, you want to make a
delegate.
motion?
It's usually Saturday. It's usually the Saturday.
We need
No, the
all,
Friday. Sorry, the Friday.
so we need an alternate too, right? So can anybody be an alternate? Delegate and an
Better be a good
alternate.
alternate. No, I'm just-
I'm sorry?
I'll alternate, that's fine.
Okay, so move Dr. Reiniger as a delegate and Mr. Leal as the alternate
All right.
for the TASB Delegate Assembly.
Moved by Dr. Pettis for Dr. Reiniger to be the primary delegate and Mr. Leal to be the alternate. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Muniz. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Congratulations. Okay. All right, finally, adjournment to closed or executive session pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082 of the Open Meetings Act for the following purposes. Well, I guess we'll call it, all right. Number A, pursuant to Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consultation with the board's legal counsel regarding legal and procedural issues involving employee non-renewal hearing. Number 2B, pursuant to 551.074 and 551.081 Texas Government Code and Section 21.207 of the Texas Education Code, conduct a non-renewal hearing, board deliberations concerning the non-renewal term of teacher CC at the end of the 2023-2024 year. C, discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff. And D, discuss real estate. We are now adjourned into closed session.
Yes, that we're good to take no action.
All right, we are back in open session. We reconvene into open session. On item number 10A, there's not going to be any action tonight, so we'll move on to item 10B, consideration for approval of employment of teachers and other professional staff.
Mr. President, I'll move approval of employment of teachers and other staff as presented.
I'll second.
Moved by Dr. Reiniger, seconded by Dr. Cano Monreal. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. We are adjourned.
Awesome. Super nice.